Hi guys, it's Kathy. I hope you're doing well. We made it to what? Nope, Thursday. Today's Thursday, guys. It's going to be a great Thursday. It really is. It's going to be a rough stream. I'm warning you now. I got some bad news for you. But it's fine. It's just court videos. It doesn't matter. Right? But let's start with a soft sit with a pretty good voice. I don't know why, but I like his voice. Just don't call him a soft set, guys. You get sued.
Schmidt, can you hear this okay?
I'm going to talk about that, Kelly, in just a few minutes.
Okay. Could you, Mr. Schmidt, get that microphone moved over too so you can speak into the microphone? Thank you, Riley. All right, and we are here for a pretrial readiness conference. I'll just make a record that Mr. Schmidt did file some further legal filings. I have issued a written order denying those, and so I won't take additional argument regarding the arguments that Mr. Schmidt already made. I just found that they were not based in law, and so I have denied those. Today, we're just going to find out if people are ready for their trial. So for the prosecution, we are set for trial next week. Will you be ready to proceed?
Your Honor, and I wanted to provide the court notice that when I took over this case, I reviewed it, and I will not be proceeding on count 5, the obstruction of government operations charge. I did some case law research. I don't think it fits under several cases. So at trial, my plan is to only proceed on counts 1 through 4.
Okay, so you're formally moving to dismiss?
Yes.
Count 5? Okay. Mr. Schmidt, then that leads only traffic offenses. And I guess he's charged with failure to provide proof of insurance, so he'd still be entitled to a jury trial as there's potential jail on that offense up to a year. Mr. Schmidt, did you want to speak with the prosecution to see if you could come to some sort of resolution in the case based on that they've dismissed that misdemeanor case? We're taking a record, so I do need you to answer out loud.
It's not a misdemeanor. It's a felony.
Okay. Well, the obstructing is a misdemeanor to Colorado law. So that's been dismissed. Now what you have faced with you is 2 counts of unregistered vehicle or a count of fictitious plates, a seatbelt not used, and failure to display proof of insurance. So the question for you is it sounds like you would still like to proceed to trial, or do you want to talk with the prosecution to come to some sort of resolution?
No, ma'am, but while I'm sitting here trying to contemplate whether or not I'm going to file judicial criminal complaint against you and sue you personally, who said that I was a sovereign citizen? You did. I never mentioned sovereign
Okay,
citizen.
Mr. Schmidt, I'm going to give you 5 minutes to make your record, and then I'll...
That's fine.
Go ahead.
Charge you 4 counts of defamation, libel, and slander. Ready to do that. I want everything from the last.
Did he say he was going to charge her with 4 counts? Defamation, libel, slander? I didn't hear him, but I think that's what he said.
Last hearing vacated. I want this stricken from the record. To say I'm a sovereign citizen is an oxymoron, number 1. Number 2, you're automatically falsely labeling me a domestic terrorist. And I object to that strongly.
Okay, you have about 3 more minutes to make any other additional record that you'd like to make.
And I got your motion or your order 3 days ago. It says motions. I only filed 1 motion. The others are notices.
Fun fact, Zach had the original hearing about 2 weeks ago on his channel. The title was something like, Sav Sit brings fake lawyer to court. And it's really good if you want to watch it on Zach's channel.
And I would like to see the statutory authority that allows you as a county court clerk or court judge to make a ruling on an appeal from another judge's court. Do you have that available?
Any other record? I'm going to give you, this isn't a back and forth, Mr. Schmidt.
I'm done.
So it's not a dialogue. I'm allowing you to make the record, I rule, and then we go forward. So you have additional, probably about 2.5 more minutes if you'd like to make any additional record.
Did you rule on your appeal yet? If not, then it's on hold under an appeal, interlocutory appeal. It's an automatic stay.
Any other record? You still have time to make any additional record that
That's the link to the original video on Zach's channel.
you'd like to make.
I yield.
Okay. Based on the record I've already filed and made an extensive record at the last hearing regarding the interlocutory appeal issue, I have found the court has jurisdiction. I'm not going to revisit those. What we have done now, Mr. Schmidt, is you've created a record. If you find that I've made mistakes, you can always appeal me, but ultimately we're set for trial next week. And so for the prosecution, you will be ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Schmidt, will you be ready to proceed?
Nope.
And what is the grounds?
That you're incompetent.
Sir, I will not sit for you insulting the court. You could be held, let's just, sir, I'm just going to give you a quick warning. You could be held in contempt of court if you are violating the court's orders or the court's decorum. You're facing up to 6 months in jail. So we are talking about the legal issues. You cannot insult the court, or else I'll just hold you in contempt. So the question for you is, will you be ready to proceed for trial?
No.
Okay, are you moving to continue?
I do request to continue.
What is the grounds?
That I have filed an appeal already, interlocutory appeal.
For the prosecution, what's your position on the defense's motion to continue?
I'd object to that motion.
Okay. Based on the record before me, I've already denied that request or made a record regarding interlocutory appeal. I find that the defense has not raised good cause to continue the trial. Any other record, Mr. Schmidt, I'll allow you to make for 2 minutes. Okay. Your trial is the only case set on Thursday, so you should be ready to proceed. Has the prosecution have any notice that he's picked up discovery?
I can check on that, Your Honor. Should have a letter if he did. I'm not seeing that he has picked up discovery.
Okay.
We normally have a letter that he has, but it's not in our file.
Mr. Schmidt, if you want to know the evidence that's against you, you need to stop by the district attorney's office and pick up discovery. You ultimately need to be prepared for your trial. So it's your choice if you decide not to pick up the discovery. Discovery is the evidence that the prosecution will present at your trial. I will just tell you that we have certain very strict procedures for trial. I would suggest that you watch a trial
Thank you for the cheer. I appreciate it.
before next Thursday so you have an understanding of what's going to happen. You have made arguments that I have ruled are not based under the law. And I will tell you that I will not allow you to make those arguments before a jury because the jury is going to make a determination as to the facts of the case and whether you are guilty or not guilty of the offenses charged. So I just want to set your expectation that you will have to proceed to trial with an understanding that the court will not let you raise those arguments. You've already raised them. I've denied them in a lengthy hearing. I've also denied them in writing. So on the day of trial, I'll explain quickly the procedures of trial, but ultimately you'll have to make a decision of how you are going to proceed. You've had a gentleman here with you previously. I've made it clear that he cannot represent you. He is not a licensed attorney who has entered on the case. He cannot help you during trial. You cannot whisper to him. I allowed for you to talk with him during the motions hearing, but this is different for jury trial. So ultimately, if you would like to be represented by an attorney for the public defender's office, Colorado does not have a procedure where I force an attorney upon you. You must apply for the public defender and show that you qualify. At this point, you've made choices not to be represented. If you qualify for the public defender, then you can have an attorney enter on your case. You can hire an attorney. Ultimately, trial is next week. You've raised these legal arguments. I've denied them. We're proceeding to trial. And so you should be ready with the evidence, picking up the evidence and understanding what evidence is against you. Any record, Mr. Schmidt, that you'd like to make, I'll give you 2 minutes.
He is a licensed attorney, federal licensed attorney.
CJ, can you do me a favor? Can you collab with this guy to read a book on your channel, so that we can have your voice and his voice at the same time?
7406. If you'd like to look it up.
You have about 1 more minute if you'd like to make any other argument.
And he is my tribal counsel. I yield.
He has to be licensed in Colorado to practice law. He's not filed a formal entry of appearance, and so he cannot represent you. You'll be representing yourself unless you take steps to hire a licensed Colorado attorney or you apply for the public defender. Trial is set at 8 a.m. on June 4th, and so everyone should be prepared to proceed on that date. For the prosecution, do you have that information on how he can pick up discovery?
I do, Your Honor. I have a piece of paper right here.
Okay, all right. And for the record then, Ms. Hanine is handing that to Mr. Schmidt. Mr. Schmidt, you can take steps to pick up the discovery in the case. And ultimately, for the prosecution, did you want to lay out for the record what the plea offer is in the case?
Sure, Your Honor.
And just for the record, under the law, the court is going to have the prosecution make what's called a Loeffler record, which is a record regarding the plea in the case. So Mr. Schmidt understands what plea offer he's rejecting.
So, Your Honor, I haven't been able to convey this to Mr. Schmidt yet. He refused to talk to me without his friend present. I didn't feel comfortable doing that. I don't think his friend understands that he is not his attorney. But I would dismiss the case if he obtained Colorado insurance.
Mr. Schmidt, did you understand that if you get Colorado insurance, the prosecution would dismiss the case? We can proceed to trial. Ultimately, I think I've talked to you already about the possible penalties that you're facing, but it's your choice if you decide not to get insurance. But if you'd like to take the prosecution up on that plea offer, you can contact them. Any other record, Mr. Schmidt? I'll give you 2 minutes.
I do not understand. I do comprehend.
Okay, you have 2 minutes.
I yield.
Okay. Good luck. We'll see you back here on June 4th at 8 a.m. Don't be late. If you're even 15 minutes late, you can have a warrant for your arrest. Thank you, sir.
He would put me to sleep every single night just talking. I would just fall asleep. He's taking them to trial, and all he has to do is get insurance. That's it. Just get insurance. All right, here we go.
Thank you, Ms. Chapman.
Of course.
All right.
Morning, Your Honor.
Morning. So this is 26M1798, 26M1785. Smith, who appears pro se. Mr. Cheadle, Mr. Schwanenvelter, present from the DA's office. There's, you're going to love this. You may already know about it, but 26.
And when she says, ha, 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 you're going to love this, he's going to absolutely hate it. It's going to wreck him. And she's giggling. You're going to love this.
2, 2, 3, 4. She pulled it off. It's an H. Oh. She got an arrest. Yes, I got to take you in.
For what?
Okay, I'm gonna have to backtrack all of this because this was already reported to the police. It was not charged. I believe, I gotta check dates, but then she.
Am I going to
reported
jail today?
it again, yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm so sorry. Let me see, March 12th.
This is crazy.
So she,
What?
well, let me, hang on, let me do this so I can explain to Mr. Cheadle and Mr. Swan about what's going on.
Your Honor, this is a special process case.
Oh.
We can't access
It is? Why? It's never been.
only on the system.
It's never been a special process case. Mr. Smith
Okay, this just keeps getting crazier and crazier. But yeah, he's going to jail today, and she's giggling about it.
has been in here since forever.
I'm going to jail today?
I gotta take you in on that warrant. And then you'll be seeing a video advisement tomorrow.
Is he going to be back with you?
Then you'll be sent back to me. Yeah.
Can we just,
I can't because it's a DV.
oh my God.
So what she did was on March 22nd, she reported an incident that allegedly occurred on December 21st of 2025. However,
Allegedly?
well, I have to say allegedly because you have the presumption of innocence.
Well-
But that was already something that was reported.
Why was it not
Hang on.
part of the one that I got arrested for?
Yeah. Yeah. I know.
Is there any way I can
So
get a
I'm
ring?
looking at that motion. That motion was just filed April 21st, and I don't know why. Hang on. Can,
I'm sorry, I'm about to pass out.
have a seat, but yeah, have a seat. So, and I think that's her. I think Anastasia Gann. I think, is that the special process? But I would like to know why.
No,
Can you make a phone call?
I'm just about to message our supervisor to see.
Thanks.
Why did I get told?
It's either special process or change of venue, one or the other.
No, it's a special process. And so that someone from the 23rd is going to be taking over, but there's absolutely nothing in, I'm going to appoint the public defender.
Is there a new charge?
Yeah. That's what I'm telling you. But I'm trying to, I got to put it together here. Miss Gann, are you from the 23rd?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
All right. Well, do you know why they wanted a special process? There's nothing in the motion.
I believe the victim in the case works for the DA's office, but I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
I don't know who Jessica is. I don't know if Jessica is the victim or not. I don't know. Trying to find out.
Thank you. All right. Oh, well then, that would have been, okay. So, let me see. Oh my gosh. Thank you for that record. Mr. Smith will be taken in on the active warrant 26M2234 after he's advised on that warrant. Then he'll be sent back down here. So,
Might be arranged today instead of going.
I can't, we have no process for that. I don't, if they take you this morning, I don't know that you'll make it on this afternoon's docket. You'll
You know he's not going to make it, Judge. Come on.
definitely make it on tomorrow's docket. So Miss Gann, the allegations in the new complaint, 26M2234, were already reported in 26M1798 but not charged. So and I'm saying this in the interest of justice. What you guys do with this is what you guys do with it. I don't have a dog in this fight. I'm not on anybody's side, but I really take issue with having things come in front of me that are manipulative and of both my time and of law enforcement. So the AV, Miss Ryan, was ordered in the divorce case or in the child custody case to modify a protection order out of California to remove the.
Did she just say the AV, Miss Lee, was ordered? Because I see Jessica Lee right there just turn her camera off.
Children. She was ordered to do that, I think, like August. I had this all written down, like August or September, October, late fall of last year. She was ordered to do it, to remove the children from that protection order. She has not done that. And so she continues then to use that protection order to have Mr. Smith charged with violation of the criminal protection order for trying to have contact with his children as ordered out of the domestic case in this jurisdiction. And so to me, that's a big problem because that's not what our system is built on. That's not what this is for. That's manipulating the system. I'm looking at this date, in 26 M1798, the PC affidavit, and that was a charge of violation of a protection order, again, for having contact with the children, that had a date of offense of, so December 25th, 1st of 2025. So she used that protection order to have him charged with violating that protection order when she had been ordered to remove the children from that. So she's in contempt of court in that, well, and I believe their proceedings, are there contempt proceedings in the divorce case or in the custody case?
That was contempt.
You filed it, okay.
And then when I was there at the magistrate yesterday, because I have a protective order, I had to have them serve it to the court. I paid them to serve it to the court. I had the paperwork served. When I went there yesterday, the magistrate said they're not there, and he said you gave me an assist or something like that.
Yeah, that's not, I mean, because you guys don't live together, that's not.
Oh, no, but he said he was going to continue it until I can get her served.
Okay, all right.
I'm just like, this is, I can't serve her. I paid them downstairs to serve her.
Are they having trouble serving her? Maybe they're having trouble
I
serving
mean, you
her.
told her about it on the phone when we called last time, and she hung up on me.
She did hang up on me,
This is insane to me.
Mr.
I'm
Smith.
sorry.
So in the PC affidavit in 26-1798, she made this allegation and it was not charged. Somehow another officer, she got the ear of another officer and said the same story, same allegations. And that officer was like, oh yeah, we're going to charge it. And that's the new case, 26M2234. And so that situation was the allegations in the 26M1798 were already reported and not charged. So I really want somebody to look at this because this is resources from the DA's office, who's now having to get a special prosecution. Officers are coming to me with these reports of violation when it's a mess. And it's at the hands of it just needs to be cleaned up. If there are charges to be made, there are charges to be made, but it needs to be cleaned up and they can't keep trickling in because someone's not getting what they want. all the while not complying with a court order out of this jurisdiction in the domestic case.
Why is she not even held in contempt?
Well, I can't hold her in contempt because it's not my court order. The DR case, somebody has to move for that, and you said you did, so that's going to be handled in that case. So I just want everyone, cards on the table.
Your Honor, I just wanted to double check. You said the new case is 26M2234.
Mm-hmm. And it alleges, and it's unlawful sexual contact, and it's the same thing that's reported in 26M1798 from December 21st of 2025.
Okay, I haven't been entered on that one, or like I haven't been special prossed onto that one yet, so I
Right.
don't know any information about that case. Once I get that, because I'm assuming I will, I'll be able
I think I can appoint, well, I don't know if, I think they have to move. I mean, I can appoint you, but I think they have to file a motion. Can you guys just get a motion in? And I'm going to give you, and if you have to get discovery, the DR case number.
Yeah.
And
What was the new case number you're on?
26M2234. And do you know your DR case off the cuff, Mr. Smith? 22 DR 2538. All right, thank you. How do you do that so fast? 22 DR 2538.
For him, yeah, I can do that.
She was ordered on. Oh, you did file a motion for contempt. You're right.
And then he said yesterday that I didn't have the paperwork served to her, but I paid the people downstairs.
And then go downstairs and ask them if there's.
Yeah, because now I'm going to jail.
Yeah, you are going to jail, and I'm really sorry about that, but I can't, there's nothing I can do about that.
She's been using the court system against you for 8 years, Your Honor.
I see that.
Can I file like?
I can't give you legal advice.
Is that a thing though?
I can't give you legal advice. Let me see, August 12th, I think I'm August 12th or whatever it is.
Am I gonna be able to PR bond out, or is this gonna be one of those things in one punch pay? 3 violations.
I know, we'll put a minute order in to the video judge. I'm trying to find. So he's granted parenting time, and he has been since August
I can see my kid every day.
of 2025, right? And because she has not
Children from California.
removed the children, and I'm trying to find the court order where she ordered the modified.
That should have been the last, the most recent one that she gave. It was like on the very top of it.
And
Take that. Take that, guys. Jude's right. Jude, you're right.
so she does continue to file motions to restrict parenting time, which are denied. Have been denied by Magistrate Cano.
Yeah, but Monica, you're not saying Saint Monica. They're saying Saint Bren, Saint Bobby. Yeah, but that's not Bren.
She is? Been trying to restrict the parenting time.
This was back in March. Okay, no. Saying, oh, here it is.
And I'll tell you why, Sherry. They, I don't know if they were married. They're either getting a divorce or got a divorce or whatever, and they have children. And do they have family court and they have that judge. Well, he doesn't only have a criminal record with her manipulating the system. He actually has his own legal issues. So this is the judge on all of his criminal cases. So he put in a motion for contempt with the family law judge, with the family court on, custody matters. So that's what that is. This judge can't really do anything about that. 'Cause different judge, different court.
Yes. So on, I'll find it. On August 12th of 2025, the judge ordered her to remove the children from the protection order no later than August 15th of 2025. And so his contact with the children is being thoroughly vetted through family court here. Yet she hasn't removed the children and then has him charged with violating the criminal protection order, for violating the protection order for trying to see his children as he's permitted to do. And then again, 26M2234.
I see Bren Aju. I do not see a Brendan. There is no Brendan there. It's Bren. There is no Saint Bren. Although there should be a Saint Salty Rider 8795. That should be a thing.
That was already reported to law enforcement and nothing was done with it. So, okay, I'm going to, and I hate to say this, we're going to have to call the deputies, Mr. Smith. And then.
This is insane to me. This is an abuse of the court system. That's 100% what's been going on.
I got to tell you, my concern is that, and I really want the DA's office to give this some serious attention.
This one needs to be dismissed.
Because Mr. Smith, and like I said, I don't have a dog in this fight. I don't know but just the PC affidavits and the orders of the court here not being, but for her not complying with that order, the charges in these cases wouldn't have grounds. But then now she takes this new case because it wasn't charged back in 2025.
And I told you this was going to happen last time I was there. I was like, she's going to call something else.
It's, and I don't mean any offense, Mr. Smith. I'm not protecting you. I'm protecting our system of justice.
I know this is an abuse of the justice system.
And
this is 100% what she's doing. Is there any repercussions that she can have for that?
Advice, but when you get out, you can contact
That's fine.
the El Paso County Bar Association.
So I just go wait for him in the hall now?
No, they'll come in here and pick you up. So I'm going to set these over for, we'll put a note in the new case for the judge today or tomorrow who advises you. And a PR bond is appropriate.
I can't believe this.
And then.
And last time I was sitting in jail, I got PR bonded and then they were like, nope, you're not leaving. There's another charge. And I was there for 4 days. And now I'm going to spend another 2 nights there. This is insane.
So I'm going to set all of these over for, in May, aren't we?
He almost definitely did the crime, though. What he's getting arrested for was a crime he committed in December that he almost definitely did. Because he doesn't deny it. I don't know if they said it yet, but he doesn't deny it.
June 16th at,
If someone accused me of this crime, I would vehemently deny it. I did. Yo, what are you talking about? I did not. Who does that? I would never do that again. Never do that.
9. I'm going to write that down and then
June 16th at 9.
at 9, yeah. Yeah, I just,
All right, guys, we are 1 inch away from getting Ren to change his name to a more feminine name, and then he'll be stuck with it, and I will lose it.
want to clean up for my sake. This is all about me.
That's
Your Honor,
understandable, Your Honor. And
At this
Once
point, I
I'm-
can't see my children anymore then.
I,
That's how this is going.
that.
Because I can't do anything till she changes the order in California, because then everything's
that is-
violation.
It's not an argument that is lost on me. I understand.
Dude, you can have my kids. Just you can visit them all you want.
Mr. Smith, but there's also procedure. I'm a judicial officer. I'm not your attorney.
I
I do
understand.
see what's going on, but I have to follow procedure.
I understand.
All right, so
You're the one who presides over all my,
everything.
cool.
Because, and then we have a one judge, one defendant policy for that reason.
Thank you.
So,
Hold on.
yeah,
The other case I see is in Div H.
but with it, because it's a new case, and then it'll be assigned to us. So it'll be in video, it'll go to video, and then it'll get assigned to us.
Okay. And I've requested,
I'm wrong. Okay, so I can follow the criminal cases. So what's going to Division H, I can get, but I can't get the family law cases. Okay, I'll do a poll.
that our office filed a special pros, so,
Okay, all
our friend can get access.
right, great. Okay, thank you.
Your Honor, I just wanted to briefly ask if it would be allowed for me to appear via WebEx on June 16th.
Absolutely, yes.
Thank you.
What are the new charges, Your Honor? Like, what-
In the peace affidavit in that one, she alleged that you reached through the window and grabbed her breasts.
That's what she's saying.
Yes.
Okay.
And so, yes, and
See? No, what are you talking about? I didn't do that. That's crazy. That's not what he said at all.
so that was reported back in December and nothing was done with it, but
She reported it in December?
and nothing was done with it. So then she reported it again.
If she reported in December, why didn't I get any kind of phone call or
You
anything?
weren't charged with it.
Why? All
You have an attorney. Your attorney will explain everything.
right, thank you very much,
All right,
Your Honor.
okay.
I'll see you in a few
All right.
days.
All right, Ms. Gann, thank you so much for your time for the hornet's
Thank you, Your
nest.
Honor. Thank
This
you.
is,
Have
this
a
is
good-
when family court meets the criminal court.
Yes.
All
It
right,
seems like a
thank
lot's
you.
going on.
Okay, now we have to talk. So, I hate this, guys. I hate this. I hate that I have to say this. I do. I got off work 6 hours ago. And then I got this offset. And then I got this chucklehead. And that took a bit of time. And then I got another case. And it took the rest of my time to get the other case, right? And then we get to the very, very, very end of the docket of the case. And instead of us getting a verdict or an ending in any way, the judge says, let's take a 5-minute break, and cuts the feed. And that's it. So, we have two options at this point. We can end the stream. That's what I got. That's what I was able to get in time for this morning's stream. Or I can play that other case, which is a great story. It really is. But there's no verdict, no ending, no nothing. The judge says, let's take a 5-minute break, and then we don't see any more. So I'm just gonna talk for another minute while you guys answer in chat. Should we play it because there's no verdict, or should we just end the stream? It is NV. That case was crazy. This next case is much, much, much crazier. There's just no ending. It'll leave you unsatisfied. But I mean, I can still get their cases when they come back to court. I would love to play a cat video. I would love it. All right, so Monica and Kelly are saying end the stream. V, Bren, is that Celia Schneider? Nope. Schleicher? I butchered that. I'm so sorry. I tried. Hi. Play it. I'm going to play it. And if you guys do not want to see a case with no ending, then you guys should end this stream now, because there's no ending. But it's a good story. It'll get you sucked in.
Text messages that Miss Johnson sent you. Do you recognize these as those text messages?
Yes.
Okay. And starting with this one, what is the date on that?
The date on that is April 25th.
Okay. And the text of it says what?
My brother came today, so we went ahead and left the house. It is all yours. Goodbye, Jack.
Okay. And this one?
I left.
What is the date on this one?
The date on that one is also the 25th of April.
Okay. And it says?
Said I left the house key on the ice cream table with your magnifying glass I used.
Okay. And then this one, is this on that same date, even though it doesn't have a date?
I believe it is.
Okay. And it says what?
I was on your card as always. Again, I don't want anything from you. You can have everything, all of your stuff. I should be out on Saturday, mid to late afternoon. I will let you know. I have a checkbook here.
Okay. So, and are those all fair and accurate representations of the messages she sent
Yes.
you? Okay. So, in other words, she said she wanted $10,000 to leave and you...
There's no way I could get a resolution. I'm going to show you why. All right, we're 1:20 in. I'm going to show you now, actually. So here we're going along the case just great, right? And then the judge says, let's take 5 minutes, okay? And then the docket, they leave. They just walked out of the courtroom, all right? And then, boom, the judge goes on with his day. This is the rest of his docket. And there's nothing. So, there's no way for me to find a resolution because they just walk out of the courtroom.
Words, she said she wanted $10,000 to leave and you paid her $10,000 to leave, correct?
Yes.
She sent you these text messages the day after you made the transfer on April 25th saying that she was gone and it was all your house, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And then shortly after that, you ended up in the hospital, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you also ended up being subsequently arrested and in jail for a little while, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And during that time, did Miss Johnson come back to the house?
Yes.
Okay. And that's why on May 11th, even though she had said that she was going to leave and had accepted money, she was still at the house, correct?
Yes,
All right. And again, May 11th was the date that she was arrested for making a false report about you in some way?
yes,
Okay. Now, did Miss Johnson, during the time that she was back at your house, after leaving on the 25th, did she make any more demands of you to be able to leave?
yes.
And what were those?
She wanted more money.
Okay. And what did she say about that?
I don't recall her exact words.
Okay. But she wanted you to give her more money to leave again.
Yes,
Okay. Do you feel like she took advantage of the fact that you were in the hospital to come back?
yes,
Okay. Do you feel like you are going to be in danger if she is around you in the future?
yes.
Okay. And in what ways?
Well, yeah, because of her mental condition, I'm never sure when she might attack me again.
Okay.
Or try to do something to have my bond revoked.
Okay. And again, she did get you as far as being put in the police car that evening, correct?
Yes, I was very worried. I thought I was going to jail.
Okay. Now, going back to what we were talking about in March, when you first started to think about dissolving or leaving this relationship, you hired a private investigator, correct?
Yes,
Okay, and they did issue a report, is that correct?
yes,
Okay. I'm going to show you this. Is that the report that was given?
yes,
Okay, and you recognize that?
yes,
Okay, is that a true and accurate copy of that report?
yes,
Okay. So per this report, which is dated March 4th, 2026, you stated to the private investigator that she was employed as a property manager in Breckenridge originally?
yes, that was her first job.
Okay, and she was helping you out during this relationship by paying rent and utilities at that time?
Yes,
Okay, but then left that job at some point, correct?
that is correct, yes.
And so she stopped paying for rent and everything like that?
That she did stop paying.
Okay. You co-signed a vehicle for her, you told the private investigator, correct?
Yes,
Okay. Does she have a valid driver's license?
no.
Okay. What happened to that car?
She purposely wrecked it in a suicide attempt.
Okay. And did she blame you for that?
Yes,
Okay, in what way?
because I didn't get her Sirius radio.
Okay, well, what does that have to do with anything?
Exactly. She said, "Oh, well, I can't get reception, so I fall asleep." And she
Okay,
purposely told me later that she tried to commit suicide.
okay. And was she injured in that?
Extremely.
Did you take care of her during that time?
Yes, I did.
Okay. During that time, did she make any threats to you to call the cops or anything like that?
She constantly told people that I was abusing her.
Okay,
I wasn't.
okay. In fact, you were taking care of her during that time?
Yes,
Okay. You told the private investigator at that time that she would hit you with her cane or crutch that she had at that point?
she had a walker.
Oh, a walker?
Yeah,
Okay. And she would hit you with that?
she has, yes.
She picked up her walker and hit you with it. You couldn't move. I don't see you can hit someone very fast with a walker, right? You couldn't just. Well, I tried. Listen, guys. V asked me to put the link up to Twitch. I thought I'd put all my links up. It didn't work. If you want my links, just go to my channel. They're all right there. You can just click them. Click, clicky, clicky. No.
Okay.
No OnlyFans.
Okay, and as you told the private investigator back in March, You've told her on several occasions that you wanted her gone, correct?
Yes,
Okay. And she would become angry and assault you and damage property during those incidents?
not necessarily, but yeah, sometimes.
Okay, not every time, but sometimes? Okay, okay. You told the private investigator you don't stay in your own house because of her nature?
Yes,
You said you were concerned for your safety?
yes.
Okay.
Excuse me, I thought that he just said that he was taking care of me, but now he just said he had to leave. So which is it? Did he stay to take care of me or did he leave?
I want to speak to your manager. Judge. Oh, God, here we go.
Which one?
Ma'am, you'll have a chance to question Mr. Ferentz. For now, you can raise your objections, but you can't ask for clarification of answers. So
Okay,
you
thank you.
also have a chance to testify. So please wait until it's appropriate. Mr. Penix, go ahead.
And where did you stay when you left the house for those reasons?
I would stay in my camper.
Okay, and your camper is not on the same property?
It is not on the same property.
Okay, but how often do you think you left your own home and went to stay in your camper?
At least 5 times.
Okay. At this point, she is gone from the house because she was served with a protection order, correct?
Yes,
Okay. Did you hear her state in court previously that she was leaving the state, leaving the country, one of those two things?
Who is Andrew? I know who Mike is, obviously. Everybody knows Mike. Who is Andrew?
yes, that she was leaving the state.
And that's what she told you too back in April, correct?
Oh, thank God. Zach, Mike and Andrew showed this yesterday? Is that what you're saying? Look, I don't have the ending. I have the judge saying, let's take a 5-minute break, and that's it. So you're saying if we go to law talk with Mike, we can find the resolution? Right? Or Andrew Goodwill. I don't know that channel. Guys, Zach has the resolution. He sent it.
Yes,
Okay, but she came back then?
yes,
Okay, and you don't
Rude.
have any reason to believe that she
Never
wouldn't
mind.
come back again?
I believe she would, yeah.
Okay, she would. Okay. All right. I have no further questions at this time, Your Honor. I will move to admit the previously entered exhibits. I didn't number them because they're all digital, but I think they'd be A, B, C, or I'm sorry, A for the check register, B, C, D for the text messages, and E for the investigator report.
Ms. Johnson, any legal objection to the admissibility of those exhibits?
Oh, no, go right ahead. It just reinforces what I'm going to bring.
Plaintiff's exhibits are admitted. Thank you, Mr. Penix. Ms. Johnson, if you have questions for Mr. Ferentz, this is your opportunity to ask. It is not an invitation to get into an argument. You can testify yourself, but this is just to ask questions of Mr. Ferentz, and you need to give him an opportunity to answer your questions. And I do have the option of terminating questioning if it is no longer suitable for this
We would like that option right now, Judge, please.
proceeding. Go ahead, ma'am.
I have no questions for Mr. Ferentz. I would like to make sure that I don't have anything to say. I'm ready to testify.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Mr. Ferentz. You can return to your seat. Mr. Penix, any additional witnesses?
No additional witnesses. I just reserve him for rebuttal if necessary.
All right. We've heard from the plaintiff. Ms. Johnson, this is your opportunity to tell the court why you do not believe a protection order should be made permanent today. I'm going to ask you to raise your right hand.
Okay.
Do you affirm under penalty of perjury the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Absolutely, Your Honor.
Please state your name and spell your last name for me.
Carrie Johnson, Johnson.
Thank you, ma'am. Go ahead with your testimony.
Okay. I did leave the house. We'll just start there. I left the house because Jack suffers from cocaine-induced psychosis, which he disclosed during when he was arrested on the charge of murder 1. against the police officer. Jack was high and went down 285 shooting up, the street. That just reinforces everything. I sent
Hold on, ma'am. There's an
photos.
objection.
I'm
Ma'am,
sorry.
hold on. Hold on. There's an objection. Mr. Penix, go ahead.
I object to the relevance of that pending criminal case. It doesn't have anything to do with the allegations that bring us here. It seems to
Yes, it does. Leave her alone. I'm listening to her. You shut up.
just be an attempt to slander my client, Your Honor.
I'm going to overrule the objection and allow the testimony. Ms. Johnson.
If you actually are out on bond for murder right now, is that really slander if she says he's out on bond for murder? Shooting up a cop? That's the truth.
Go ahead, ma'am.
Okay. So during these incidents that have gone on for years, which I hope you've received the documentation that I faxed over, when he goes into these psychosis, he thinks that Russians are chasing him. And so he mistakes me as also that Russian. So in the evidence that I presented to you, the documentation that I just faxed over, or photographs, this is what happens to me. That's what the consequence for me is when he is in CIP. And he, he admitted to law enforcement, to everyone, that he hears voices, that someone was chasing him and all of that. And that's the relevance why I brought up his charge of murder 1 right now, is because it is relevant, because that mentality, that psychosis that he experiences is not Jack. That psychosis is a result of the cocaine use and years of cocaine use. So therefore, we decided to leave. I left. Let me go back. When I left my work at Woodwinds, which was a property management company, I went to school, and Jack supported me in that and said, just go to school, focus. And so that's why I did not go back to work. However, last year, before I've got my certification, I went back to work as the administrator of the methadone clinic in Summit County. I resigned from that. And again, Jack said, don't worry about it. I will, take care of you. And there are other deposits, like every month he would give me, or every other month it would be like $3,000 here, $3,000 there. And again, that $10,000 check is just another check that he gave me to cover my bills, because I did wreck my car and I did need to continue to make car payments. So that's what that was. However, I did leave. I was like, thank you. I'm out. Here's your keys. I'm leaving. I'm good. I'm done too. So I was gone. On April 27th, I got married. And my new husband and I plan to, after everything's said and done, when I'm done with, the case I have, this case, and then the one where I got arrested, which we'll go there in a second. I left. I was gone. I got married. Like, we're happy. I moved on with my life, et cetera, et cetera. And so I got a call the Sunday after Jack was arrested, when he was shooting his ghost gun, the defaced firearm, at the police officer. I got a call from the sheriff's office, and I didn't answer it at first, and then I listened to the voicemail. And the voicemail says, and I'm happy to provide a screenshot of that if you'd like that. I can go back to the UPS store and fax that over. But the deputy said there was an incident with the firearm. Jack is in custody and he's in the hospital. Are you okay? And I said, yes, I'm fine. I'm not even there. I've already moved out, et cetera, et cetera. So at that point, Jack needed help. So I came back to help Jack. Jack had dinner. My new husband and I made dinner for Jack. We all three sat and ate. Everything was very cordial. There was nothing, Jack sat there, Dustin and I made, dinner together and all of that. So and then Dustin left the house because I stayed, because I needed to help Jack, and I set him up, and I have all of those messages, because as he was working, I was going between, because I have a ROI, so I have, I can talk to his psychiatrist and obtain his medical records and all that. So I set up this for Jack because I'm trying to help him with his case of murder one, because he does have CIP. That is not him. That is a different Jack. And so I came back to help him with that. And during that time, he was not in the home. So he would come home or come back to the house, take a shower, use the internet, eat breakfast, and then he was gone. And then he might show up later in the day, to see Jameson, our dog, which I have. He's my service dog. I'm physically, literally disabled now. So that's that. So Jack suffers from a psychosis, cocaine-induced psychosis. And the evidence, like I said, shows you what happens to me during those episodes, when he hears the voices and all of that.
I think it's cocaine-induced. I don't know what the T is, but that's what she's saying. Because he has this CI, whatever the...
So the next thing I want to bring up is, so Jack gets so I'm helping him do this. He wants me out of the house, which is why he got the restraining order. He made it very clear, and hopefully you have that documentation in front of you. He got the restraining order on May 12th. He has continued to contact me since then by sending me messages or leaving voicemails. He misused the restraining order. I don't think he understands, or maybe his counsel hasn't clearly told him that when you're in fear from your life, you do not call that person and say, you better blankety blank, get the, I got to get this open house done, so it wasn't that he's in fear of his life. Because why would you contact someone or instigate or try to antagonize that person to cause harm to them? Why would you
Why would you stay at a house with your husband, of your ex-boyfriend, when he's telling you to get the blankety blank out? Why would you do that?
And that's what that text message was. So I left again it might have been the day of or the day after I left, once I got served. I immediately, my things were already packed. I had already moved out of the house and my things were in storage. All I had was my bag that I had when I left. So I was living out of my suitcase in town trying to help Jack with his murder one case, to get him with a psychiatrist, to get him that help. He was held in the hospital and he had somebody, they call them sitters. So he had to be supervised 24/7. And
I feel I need to be supervised at least 23/7.
So he had to be supervised due to his mental state, because he wants to, he doesn't want to live, et cetera, et cetera. So that's not for, that's his personal. But anyways, so he said again, I want you to leave. So then he went and got this restraining order. This restraining order is just to get me out of the house, because he wanted to have the open house. And the reason why I got so angry in that text message is because he sent a third party to try to, have me break that restraining order. So I've just been antagonized and led in. He's trying to lead me in with his text messages, because, he texted me yesterday. He wants his motorcycle helmet back. This is just an attempt. He's not afraid for his life, because if he was, he wouldn't have sent me that text message, or the voicemail 2 days after he got the restraining order that clearly states that he's afraid for his life. So, this should be totally dismissed. I left immediately, and my husband and we are in Colorado Springs right now. I left. I haven't contacted him.
She keeps flip-flopping back and forth. She's not, okay, neither of them are saints. We'll just put it that way.
Nothing. As far as the money goes, I feel that that's irrelevant, because Jack encouraged me to take my test I have all those text message if you'd like those faxed over. Encouraged me to take my test. Don't worry about my bills, that he would take care of them, etc., etc. However, I have left twice, and when I got served, I've not been in contact. Even though he's, brought.
No, Bren's right. I think that's what she said. CIP, not CIT. And it's cocaine-induced psychosis, because she kept saying it afterwards. She kept saying the whole thing out.
This on. As far as my husband called the police the night that I was arrested. And once everything went through, I was released, and my charges were brought down to a summons. Because if you are afraid, you can call 911.
A summons is not a charge. It's just not.
And I was afraid, and I was on the phone with my husband because Jack was high again. And I was on the phone with my husband on the front deck. He's like, go to the deck upstairs, Carrie, and go outside. So I did. And so that's how that happened. I was released, not on a PR bond, no bond or anything. They literally came to my cell, unlocked the door, here's your clothes, see you later. Because this, it's not a crime to call 911. So that's why I was arrested, because my husband was in fear for my safety, and he made a phone call to 911. And because, what he heard in the background as we were on the phone. I never disclosed to Jack that I was married due to the fear of retaliation, or I just, I don't know. I mean, I'm afraid.
You were asking him for more money, so why would you tell him you're married? He would say, go to your husband or get a job.
I don't know if you have the documentation that I sent to you, but as I understand, you don't use restraining orders to evict someone. If are you wanting to, because everything that his attorney and he said was all about me leaving the house. And as I interrupted, and I apologize for that, I'm not an attorney, and so he said he was taking care of me, but then in the next statement he said he left. So which one was it? Did he leave, or did he say to take care of me? I would like that. I would like clarity on that, because those are, going in opposite directions. So leave or stay. Which one? Pick one, because there's only two options. It's either one or the other. This restraining order needs to be dismissed. I am not in town. I actually have court with you on the 3rd regarding my release, which was brought down to just a summons. Because like I said, Mr. Topper, my attorney, I believe he's in the courtroom today, made a point. It's not, my husband called because he was afraid because of the cocaine-induced psychosis that Jack suffers from. So I have nothing. I've left the house. I have not contacted him. However, I've not even responded to his text messages. I haven't done anything to contact him. I left. I haven't done anything. The only thing I did say to him was, I'm having a hard time finding a place with Jameson. And that was the only thing that I have said to him regarding me leaving, was that, you know what, I know you want me out right now, but I came back because the sheriff's department called me and said that you were in the hospital, or he was in the hospital, and so I came back to help him. I also have a text message, if you'd like for me to send that. It says, thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you. When
Judge, love, end this, please. It's enough.
He was in the hospital. He was prescribed medication. I'm not sure if he's on that medication still or not. I would hope so. I went out of my way and, like I said, set him up with Diversus Health. And he should be, involved in seeking psychiatric care and substance abuse. I don't know. I don't even know what else to say. I'm appalled. He used this restraining order in fear for his life to get me out of the house. And he didn't need to do that because I was already out of the house. I was only there to help him get with his son.
She's already out of the house, but she was only there. But she was already out of the house, but she was only there. Enough.
And the statements about getting his bond revoked, absolutely not. I have not talked to the prosecutor. I have not presented anything. I'm trying to help Jack. He has CIP. He has a condition. He is substance abuse.
Your Honor, I'm going to
So-
object to this. I don't know what the asked and answered version of this is on a narrative testimony, but we're just covering stuff that we've already covered, Your Honor.
Sustain the objection as to the repetitive testimony, ma'am. If there's anything else you wanted to testify to, go ahead.
Nope, I just want the court to know that I left the house on both occasions and that I only returned to the home because of the call from the sheriff's department and Jack, needing some help setting up so he can, overcome the demons that he faces.
Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Penix, do you have any questions for Ms. Johnson?
I do, Your Honor. So, Ms. Johnson, you said that you got married on the 27th of April. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And what was the name of the guy that you married?
Dustin Glover, he's the man that made the call when he heard Jack in the background.
Okay. And you agree that you left the house on April 25th by those text messages you sent to Jack saying that the house was his, we're gone and everything like that? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Jack had been out of town for over a month. He was in Japan, almost probably 2 months he was gone. And in that time, and I'm crippled, so I had a dog walker. And we spent a lot of time together. So yes, I got married.
Okay. And as you stated in your prior testimony, you didn't disclose anything about that to Jack, correct?
In fear of I didn't want to upset him because he was already dealing with murder one, defaced weapon, all of those things.
Okay. Except that didn't happen then. That happened after that. I'm talking about the April dates.
Okay.
So you didn't disclose anything to Jack about meeting this new person and getting married during this month or so?
The three of us, it was 2 months. The three of us had dinner together. Dustin, my husband, and I cooked dinner in the house for Jack and sat at the table, the three of us, and ate. It's very apparent that Dustin and I are shoulder to shoulder in the kitchen making dinner for Jack. It wasn't a secret. Everyone knew. Everyone in town knows.
Everyone in town knows except Jack.
Yep. That is, I never disclosed it. I just introduced Dustin. Jack knew all about him. He knew that we spent all of our time together, et cetera, et cetera. And like I said, Jack's mental state, he is not or was not at that time. I don't know because I'm gone. So I don't know how far he's come or what treatment he's received. I know that his brother his brother really wants him in rehab. And, that's on them.
We need to slow this down a little bit so we can get focused in on the questions. Okay. So you also said that Jack would give you money throughout the course of your relationship. You said it was $1,000, $2,000 here and there, correct?
No, 3,000 or more.
3,000. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, dibs on Jack, dibs. No one else. No, it's too late. I called dibs.
So 3,000. Okay.
Or more, as in the $10,000 he gave me for bills.
Okay, double, triple,
right.
quadruple dibs. I'll fight anyone. Jack, hi.
The car accident.
And yet you deny that him paying you $10,000 the day before you sent him the text messages saying that you were leaving the house had anything to do with that leaving the house?
Absolutely had nothing to do with it. We had already been, we were over. He was gone. He's been in that camper a lot longer than before this. Because I don't want to be around that. And he knows how he gets. He's very well aware of his mental state. And I do have a video. I just was told that I can't send things digitally. Everything has to be faxed. But I do have a video of Jack when he is experiencing this CIP. He is pacing the floor. He has me up in the corner of the bedroom.
Back to the questioning, please. Again, you're saying that the fact that Jack gave you $10,000 and you left the very next day had nothing to do with that. You're also saying that you guys had been over for a long time. He had been staying in the camper, but you still didn't disclose to him this relationship that you had that resulted in you getting married 2 days after Jack left?
No, Jack was gone. Jack was gone. When Jack came back, he deposited the money. We have a car loan together. So in order for our credit not to be impacted, Jack made sure that the car payment was being paid. That's why the money was given to me, was to pay the car payment. I have come in.
She's lying. Everything she's saying is a lie.
To a financial hardship due to the vet bills that I'm facing right now. So, yeah. So, I mean, I have not asked him for any additional money. I have not even been in contact with him. There's been nothing. When Jack came to the house,
Please, I need you to just answer the questions that I state to you, okay? All right. So you're saying that Jack paid you $10,000 to pay off a car loan?
No, the car loan is supposed to, I think it's $30,000 to continue paying the payments, because he would call me and say, or actually I have it in text, I would be happy to share those. The car payment, he would say, you know, you need to make the car payment. You know, they're calling me, or, you know, I'm in the hospital, or, you know, where I'm at, I can't make the car payment. And I have that in a text. Like I said, I'd be happy to provide that. I'll go back to the UPS store.
Okay, but you're talking about you're talking about now when he was in the hospital. That didn't happen until May, correct?
Yeah, but this shows, I mean, this is how it goes. He gives me money because he wants me to go to school and finish my school and take my test. And that also is a text. Take my test. So he has been covering my bills since I resigned from my job as the administrator of the methadone clinic for Summit County.
Okay. So
I'm very well versed and well aware of.
You keep saying that you had already left and that he didn't need to use a protection order to get you out. Do you remember saying that?
Yeah, he didn't need to use the protection order. I was already leaving because he had said, you know, and I'm married and I don't want to be there. I was only came back because the sheriff's office, it's on a voicemail. I'd be happy to screenshot that.
Do you recall testifying that you had already left and so he didn't need to use a protection order?
Yes, I did leave.
Okay.
Yes, I did. But I came back because they needed me back. He wanted me back.
Ms. Johnson, just answer the questions and stop adding additional testimony. Mr. Penix, go ahead.
Your Honor, I'm going to ask the court to take judicial notice of the return of service in this matter, which is filed on, or which says that on May 14th, she was served at the residence at Sleepy Grass, Your Honor.
Court takes judicial notice of the submitted proof of service. Go ahead, Mr. Penix.
Okay, so, and then you left and you have had no contact with him since then, correct?
Not since the restraining order, absolutely not. I've ignored all of his text message.
Okay, and the
voicemail he left.
And the voicemail that you shared with me, or rather the transfer to the voicemail, he's saying that you need to get out of the house, correct?
With, in quotes, God damn it, I don't give a shit about you, get the fuck out, etc. End quote.
Okay, and the reason why he was telling, the reason why he was telling, again, that shows that you're still in the house, right?
Yes, I was still there until I was served with the restraining order.
And the reason
later in the afternoon.
And the reason he was telling you to get out of the house was because the cops had come and they had kicked in the door and he needed to get somebody to fix the door before the house could be shown, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that was the third party.
It was your call or your husband's call, which ended up with you arrested for doing a false statement, although I understand the charges have been reduced or whatever, that resulted in the cops kicking down that door in the first place, correct?
Yes, Jack did not answer the door.
Okay. And you did not answer the door either?
I was upstairs on the front deck because my husband said, please go out there. From what he heard, that's why he called, because I was on the phone with my husband.
Okay. Now, ma'am, you've also said several times here that you believe that Jack is suffering from cocaine-induced psychosis, correct?
Yes, his drug test from when he was arrested, he had yes, it's been proven, and I mean, it's into all his court documents with his other case that he was high on cocaine while he was
No.
shooting at the police officer.
Okay. And you as well have lost your rights due to mental health. In 2002, your former husband got a 2-year guardianship over you for a mentally ill person, correct?
I don't recall. I mean, that was 2004. I don't remember. Maybe. I mean, go with it. Go ahead. Sure. I mean, I was first institutionalized when I was 14, if that helps you.
Okay. So you've been in and out of mental institutions, correct?
Nope, once.
No, once? Well, you said first time I was institutionalized, so that's why I was questioning the amount of
No,
times.
I've been under psychiatric care. I see a doctor every 3 months. I am mentally, no. Mm-mm. And now I'm completely crippled from my car accident.
Okay.
But you did purposely, so.
Okay.
I have a brain injury.
Okay.
He mumbled that you did purposely so, because she did. She wrecked that car purposely.
Your Honor, I have no further questions at this time. I would like to recall Mr. Ferentz to address a couple of things.
Thank you, Mr. Penix. Ms. Johnson, do you have any additional testimony after being questioned by Mr. Penix?
Yes, I left. I'm not coming back. I plan on leaving. I have a court date with you on this June 2nd to deal with the traffic violations involved.
I left. I'm not coming back. I plan on leaving. In one sentence. There were only a little commas in between those words.
Involving my accident. I have 2 traffic infractions. There will be 10 points on my driver's license. And then on June 3rd, I have the summons to appear for you regarding the 911 call that my husband called out of care and concern for me due to what he heard in the background from Jack. So those are the 2 court dates I have, and I'm in Colorado Springs. I'm not even there. I'm not even in Fair Play. I have storage there, and once it's determined on where, what I need, didn't touch any of his property. He has all of his stuff. There was no damages to the house. There was nothing like that. When the sheriff's department came to the house to get his weapons, his other ghost guns and so forth, I called his friend ProMark Industries, and I said, hey, you got to get over here and get these weapons out of the house, all his ammunition. I've done nothing but help him. Nothing but help Jack. And all I had, you can see the documentation of what I get for that help.
Thank you again, ma'am.
Taking tens of thousands of dollars from him is in no way helping him. Not even a tiny bit, ma'am. Get a job.
Did you have any other witnesses to call today, ma'am?
Nope. Thank you.
Mr. Penix, you wanted to recall Mr. Ferentz. Mr.
Yes,
Ferentz,
please,
come on up.
Just very briefly, Your Honor. I'm sorry.
And Mr. Ferentz, you are still under oath. Go ahead with your questioning whenever you're ready, Mr. Penix.
Jack, you heard Carrie say that you were intoxicated the night that she called the police and they kicked in your door, correct?
Yes, I heard her say that.
Was that true?
No, it wasn't.
Okay. And in fact, the cops, like we said, they put you in handcuffs, correct?
Yep,
They put you in the back of the police car, correct?
yep,
They took you to an ambulance, correct?
yes,
Okay. And the ambulance did testing on you, correct?
yes.
And you were not under the influence of any substances that night?
Not under the influence.
Okay. And I guess we don't know because we don't have that police report, but do you think that might have been why she was arrested for filing a false report, for saying that you were intoxicated when you weren't?
I would think so.
Okay, okay. All right, I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Ms. Johnson, if you have any questions for Mr. Ferentz regarding that line of questioning, go ahead. Otherwise,
Yes, I do.
go ahead.
Okay, Jack, you were verbally abusive to me that night, and that's why we were called. The police were called. I did not call the police. I did not use the word intoxicated. I said you were high. That was my opinion. Were you high or were you not high? I never said intoxicated.
I was not
And
high.
if you weren't high, do you have the report from the ambulance that came to the house to see you? Do you have any toxology report to prove that?
I do not have any. Police did do
No
it.
further questions. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Penix, anything else?
Nothing further, Your Honor, just argument.
Thanks again, Mr. Ferentz. That concludes the evidentiary portion of the protection order hearing. The petitioner will have an opportunity to make a closing argument, after which, Ms. Johnson, you can present your argument as to why the protection order should be denied. It's an opportunity to summarize the evidence, but not to add anything new.
If I were going to bully Bren, would I, A, make him change his name? Or B, make him give me his credit card information? He changed his name, so that proves it wasn't me.
At this point, Mr. Penix, go ahead, sir.
Your Honor, I think the court should make this protection order permanent. While it's certainly not the most serious of allegations, the concern here is the extent, the timing, and the ongoing nature, as well as the duplicity of the respondent, and not only her actions up to the filing of the protection order, but also here within her statements today. Your Honor, as we have put forward, my client has been very interested in dissolving this relationship for some time. We've presented the investigator report, which he obtained back in March, stating very clearly that that was going to be his intentions. I think that the respondent is arguing, at least in part, that my client used the protection order as some sort of improper purpose to get her out of the home. Number one, I think that is a proper purpose when there are offenses that are happening within the home, when there are threats made, where there is monetary extortion and other things that are going on. Of course, that person needs to be restrained. And of course, part of that restraining comes from not being in the home any further. But the respondent's responses, I guess we can say, don't seem to make a lot of sense. She just seems to say that, in fact, my client is crazy. That seems to be the bulk of what she is saying that he has this cocaine-induced psychosis. She's not presented.
All right. Next time we watch this clip, we'll watch it again tomorrow and take a shot every time they say cocaine-induced psychosis. Every single time, take a shot. Just kidding, we're not watching this again tomorrow. Zach, thank you so much for the gifted memberships. Thank you.
Any evidence of that, she has, for her own part, admitted to having her own mental issues and being institutionalized in the past, and so on and so forth. I don't know that that goes either way, given the amount of evidence that has been shown here, but what we do know is that she did not deny, she did not say that she did not assault Jack. She did not say she did not hit him with the walker. She, in fact, acknowledged that he had been living at his camper, as he stated he would do, for periods of time when she was being upset with him, when she was assaulting him, when she was threatening. So she has admitted that this was the dynamic within that relationship. And certainly, Your Honor, given that my client has testified that going on for a very long period of time, that is consistent with the need for a protection order. But the bigger issue that I have with everything is that there's very clear evidence from my client's testimony and from the records that we have presented that he paid her $10,000 at her request so that she would leave the house. The check is dated April 24th. She sends in the text messages, April 25th, I'm leaving. And not only does she not acknowledge that, she tries to characterize it as him paying off some bills or some debts, but then also said, no, that actually wasn't what it was for. The respondent has offered no evidence as to what that payment was for if it was not for exactly what my client said, which is that he was being extorted and paid her to leave, which then she did. The other thing that's very troubling to me, Your Honor, is that she says that she's taken up with this dog walker and that they got married 2 days after. 2 days after she left the house after being paid by Mr. Ferentz that money to leave, okay? But even though, quote unquote, everybody knows about it, everybody except for my client. That was news to him today. She admitted that she did not share that with Mr. Ferentz. So she's not being honest about her dealings with him. She's not being honest about her rationale for leaving. She's not being honest, I would say, with the court in her testimony regarding these things. And also, Your Honor, she's not being honest when she says she's leaving the house. She said repeatedly on her testimony that she had already left the house, that my client didn't need to get a protection order to get her to leave the house because she was already gone. But then when
I think I know where I can get breakfast for $7.99. That's at IHOP. Thank you, Margaret. Thank you.
confronted with evidence, including her own proposed evidence, which I don't think was actually admitted, but whatever, it was still talked about. The evidence showed that she was not only served at the house on the day which she had said that she left, then she changed her testimony to "I was leaving." Okay. Then she also says, we talk about the breaking in of the door and all that other stuff. Yes, she was still there at that time when he texted her, "You have to leave so that we can get the door fixed." Okay. Again, what this shows, on the whole, Your Honor, is that she took money from Mr. Ferentz after demand for money so that she would leave the house. She then left the house. She then apparently got married, but then decided to come back and not tell Jack that she was married while she was living in the house, which she only came back to because he was in the hospital and she could have access to the house. She says that she did not request any more money from Jack, but Jack says she did. And the evidence supports that of course she did. She hasn't been honest about anything leading up to this situation. She knows that he's in trouble. She knows that he is in a vulnerable position. So she goes back to the house and she doesn't say, "Hey, this is my husband," even though they stayed there for a while, because she wanted, like Jack said, to get more money from him in order to leave again.
Yay,
She's acknowledged
Kelly.
her
Thank you.
financial situation as a result of being crippled recently, and that is terrible. But I think the evidence and the facts show that it is her desperation and her need to get money that led her to come back to the home of which she had previously agreed to leave and demand more money from Mr. Ferentz in order to leave the house again. And that is completely unacceptable. And moreover, Your Honor, where that leads into the protection order analysis here is that she not only threatened that she would not leave for money, but she said, and while Jack said she didn't use these exact same words, that she'd get him in trouble, that she'd put him back in jail if he didn't do what she wanted and pay him more money. And she tried that. She called the cops, or she says she didn't, her husband did, called the cops, and they broke down the door. They broke down the door to his house. They hauled him out of there in handcuffs. They put him in the back of the seat. And it was because she said he was high.
Thank you, St. Brendan.
They gave him to an
Thank you.
ambulance. They did their tests on him. They did not arrest him for violating his bail bond conditions because he was not high. Instead, they arrested her because she lied about him being high. And I would love to believe, Your Honor, I would seriously love to believe that she is being honest, that she is going to leave the country, that she is going to leave the state, whatever it is that she has said over the course of this testimony, that she is not going to be around Jack anymore.
Thank you, Terry.
Except he already paid her to go away one time, and she came back again under duplicitous circumstances, not telling him about the husband, not telling him about this situation, so that she could try to get more money from him again. And she's not going anywhere, I don't think, Your Honor. She has said that she's got court again. She's got court 1 time, 2 times, something like that up here in Park County. She's going to be back. She's going to be back. She's going to have the opportunity to get around Mr. Ferentz again and potentially cause trouble for him. Again, I would like to believe that this is over and that she has left, except for the circumstances show that when she leaves, she doesn't leave, and she's not even being honest with the court or with Mr. Ferentz about the circumstances under which she leaves or the circumstances in which she comes back. A protection order is entirely appropriate in these circumstances to ensure that she maintains her distance from Mr. Ferentz, especially given her I guess I'll put it this way. What really bothers me, Your Honor, is that she kept introducing all this evidence which you would not have unless she had the police reports and the evidence on Mr. Ferentz, and I don't know how she got that. And she seems to be using it, even in this proceeding, to disparage and damage him. And I believe that she used it that night on which the door was kicked in to try and get him arrested for a violation of his bail bond, which didn't occur, which was why she was arrested for filing a false complaint. So I believe that is a pattern. I believe it shows vindictiveness. I believe it shows that it will continue regardless of what she says about being married or gone or not. She does have opportunity and in fact requirements to be back up here in Park County. So we would ask that she make.
That does help. Now I just need butt time to sit in this chair, but thank you. Is Beck here? I see goats. Did Beck walk in? Hi, Beck. All right, guys. Beck's here. It's all good. Everything's fine.
The protection order permanent, Your Honor.
Thank you, Counselor. Ms. Johnson, your argument as to why I should not make the protection order permanent, go ahead.
Yes, I left the house. Jack and I had an agreement about our bills. Like I said, I'd be happy to provide that evidence for you. And another screenshot from text from Jack saying, you know where I'm at, pay the car payment. And so I did. And then he said it again, and I did. We're supposed to pay off the car. I absolutely have left. I've left every time we've talked about me leaving. That's not been a question. I left the first time. I was called back because of the situation, his murder one case. And I came back to help him. I have text messages between us saying that, thank you for helping me, Jack. I called the shrink. You're set up for this time. Please be home while he was at work. I have those. I can screenshot those and send them over. I did arrange all of that for him. Please don't interrupt me. Please do not interrupt me.
This is not an opportunity to introduce new evidence. Go ahead with your summation.
Jack is sick. I left both times. We have a loan together. He knows I'm not working. He knows I'm crippled. In order to save our credit, he gave me a check. We had already determined this. Jack was out of the country for I don't know how long, like 2 months. And then he was all around the U.S. looking for a home for himself. We were already done. I came back to help Jack, and I did. I did help him. He should be all set with his therapist and all of that. I am done. I'm not even in Park County. I have June 2nd and June 3rd, which are days away. And after those are all taken care of, which there are summons and traffic violations. I don't see them keeping me here for, any amount of time. Nothing that I couldn't take care of immediately. I have nothing other than what I've said. His attorney is misconstruing my words and what I've said. I did nothing to Jack. I came back to help Jack as upon his request when I found out from the sheriffs when they called me to say he was in custody. Jack was suicidal. Jack hears voices. Jack uses crack cocaine. Jack was not allowed to use crack cocaine in the house. That's why Jack was sent to the trailer.
I hear voices. I'm hearing a really, really, really annoying voice right now.
Because of the ramifications of the voices that he hears and the Russians chasing him. As he voluntarily disclosed to the police while he was being arrested for shooting at a police officer with a 9mm 32 rounds defaced weapons.
No, I'm thinking, I don't know, what's a good day for a marathon? What's a good day for you guys? Checking my calendar because I'm a very important, busy person, I need to check my calendar to do things like this. Oh, look, my calendar is completely open forever. It's going to be soon. I'm going to post it. It's going to be very soon. As soon as I gather, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to gather couple hours worth of court videos together, and then I don't think it's going to be in July. It's May right now. No, it's probably going to be this week.
I'm all set. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. The court is going to make the following findings, that some of the testimony matches up such that certain facts are undisputed, that Mr. Ferentz was wanting to end the romantic relationship with Ms. Johnson starting in March of this year and wanting her to move out of his home. Mr. Ferentz testified that throughout the history of the relationship, subsequent to consuming alcohol, there were multiple instances where Ms. Johnson would assault him, and his recourse would be to defend himself and/or vacate the premises. The evidence shows that Mr. Ferentz did give or transfer $10,000 to Ms. Johnson, and a day or two after she moved out, sending text messages that she had left the property, left the key, etc.
That is a good way to do it, Donald. I love dancing. I love going dancing. Just love it.
Plaintiff having established an adequate nexus there to lead the court to conclude that that payment was an agreement to settle any financial matters that may remain or to induce the defendant to move out of his home, and she did so. Evidence further indicates that Mr. Ferentz found himself in legal trouble and that Ms. Johnson, while Mr. Ferentz was in custody, I believe, moved back into the home, at least with a suitcase of her belongings. The evidence is that shortly after moving out of Mr. Ferentz's home, Ms. Johnson got married to a gentleman named Dustin, who was her dog walker for approximately a month, I think, while Mr. Ferentz was absent. The three parties, Mr. Ferentz, Ms. Johnson, and her new husband, were at Mr. Ferentz's home. Unbeknownst to Mr. Ferentz, the other two had gotten married, but they did not inform him of that. That evening, the police were called. Ms. Johnson indicating that she had told her new husband that she was worried, so he called the police and told them the same. They showed up, gained access to the home by breaking down the front door, handcuffing Mr. Ferentz, questioning him, having him examined by the ambulance on scene, determining that he had not committed any arrestable offenses and that, on the contrary, Ms. Johnson had filed a false report and opted to arrest her. Mr. Ferentz then sought a protection order to protect himself from the risk of violence and the risk of ongoing financial extortion and a necessary removal of Ms. Johnson from his home. The testimony is that she was served that...
Judge, we heard this all a couple times. You can summarize because we definitely heard it. Well, Bren, you started working for your employer in a position and then you were moved to a different position. Did you stop doing the first position when you were moved to this much bigger position? Did you stop doing this stuff? Is this stuff gone, or did you just do both?
At temporary protection order paperwork at his home. There's no credible evidence that she was ever welcomed back into the home. The court finds that for the most part, the petitioner's testimony is credible and that there are serious concerns regarding the respondent's credibility. The court finds that the defendant respondent has engaged in conduct justifying a protection order and that unless restrained would continue to do so, either in the form of potential violence and or in the form of financial extortion or accessing his home without permission or attempting to have him placed back in custody so that she could either get revenge or again access the home for her own purposes. So the protection order is made permanent, no contact allowed, no going to Mr. Farron's residence, no third-party contact allowed. This is an appealable decision.
Absolutely, I will seek counsel.
Ma'am, I'm going to instruct you to call the court back to make arrangements for getting the protection order signed and returned. Do you have a pen and paper?
I have all the information, Your Honor. I've been in touch with Julie Akers all morning long. You obviously do not have the evidence in front of you that I faxed over because you obviously aren't aware or maybe haven't been heard because I don't have counsel. But no, this is absolutely no. He's facing murder 1. He shot at police officers. He's high on cocaine. So yeah, I'm afraid. I came back to help him. That was it. And I would like to be removed from his medical record. I don't want anything to do with him. I don't want to talk to a psychiatrist anymore. I don't want to talk to his brother anymore. I don't want him texting me anymore or calling me and leaving crazy voicemails anymore, screaming at me to get out of the house hours after, days. The restraint was May 12th and he sent it May 14th. He left the voicemail. I hadn't been served yet. I had already agreed to leave, that I was having a problem finding a place with Jameson. That was it. I'm gone, and I've been gone.
Excuse me, obviously you don't have all my evidence in front of you. I don't ask you offensive questions, ever.
It's gone every time. I'll just reiterate, I only came back to help him for his CIP. That's it. That's what he was doing when he shot up the police. Yeah. So I will be filing a motion to vacate after I seek counsel. This is atrocious.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Mr. Penix and Mr. Ferentz. We're going to take a 5-minute break.
Liar.
That's it. That's it. They got up, they packed their stuff and left the courtroom. See? He's not leaving the stuff there to come back in 5 minutes. Who takes all of their stuff to come back in 5 minutes? Nobody. So that's the whole hearing. But at least he did grant the protection order. I don't know why, but I missed that when I was getting this ready last night, or 3 hours ago. I missed that the judge did grant the protection order. I thought the hearing just stopped right after testimony because I was tired, guys. I'm sorry. I was tired. I did catch the liar. And exactly, who was the liar? Was she talking about the judge? Was she talking about Bren? I mean, was she talking about the guy, Jack? Probably his lawyer. I think that, never mind. That might have been the last case. I'm getting the cases mixed up. Bren, I didn't see your answer. So I'm gonna guess you are still doing your old job and your new job. You need to let go. You need to stop managing everything and put someone else in your old job that was to do what you used to do. I'm gonna need an update on that next stream. How far along you've gotten putting someone there. All right. She was holding a mirror. Guys, I'm going to do a marathon soon. And it's just, you know, just like a gathering. You don't have to stay the whole time, but come and watch for a little bit and then leave. And it'll be fun. All right? All right, guys. Time to go to bed. See you all in a little bit. Have a great day, guys. Thank you so much for coming out. I appreciate it. Thank you. Bye, guys.
Well, I thought I'd write a happy song. I found a chat room where I belong. You don't know how much it means to me. With such a groove, I'm less lonely. Oh, Kathy's the creator, she's leading the way. At court vibes, we laugh and we stay. Her smile shines bright, she's got that grace. Come join the fun, it's a welcome and play. I can count on distraction from my pain, 'cause this creator takes you there and back again. Kathy is the heart here, always in stride. Her work is hard, but her joy she can't hide. Oh, Kathy's the creator, she's leading the way. At court vibes, we laugh and we stay. Her style is classy, she's always top shelf. Don't take my word, come and see for yourself. Her cases are new with a twist or two. I really like them, I believe you will too. A little lifeline passed along in rhyme. Why don't you join us? It's a guaranteed good time. Oh, Kathy's the creator, she's leading the way. At court vibes, we laugh and we stay. Her smile shines bright, she's got that grace. Come join the fun, it's a welcoming place. And so